And hello everyone, welcome to Invader's Morning Headquarters Special Edition. This is Hurricane Central. Breaking news now, Hurricane Grace makes landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. It already has made landfall a few hours ago. This is the 75 mile, this is the 7 a.m. CDT update, or 8 a.m. Eastern update here. Winds are at 75 miles right now, pressures at 989 millibars. Winds are west at, movement is west at 17 miles or west at 15 knots. You're watching a special edition of Invaders Morning Headquarters. You're just watching a special edition of Invaders Morning Headquarters, Hurricane Central. Let's get the latest updates on Hurricane Grace right now. Hurricane conditions and a dangerous storm surge are expected in the portions of the hurricane warning area in the eastern Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico during the next several hours. Preparations to protect life projects should be rushed to completion, and Hurricane Grace has made landfall. It's already like I said yesterday, this will make landfall tomorrow morning, and I was right. And I knew this was strengthened to Category 1 hurricane, which we talked about during the past few days, and now it has made landfall. And it's gonna re-strengthen. So we got hurricane watches right now for Mexico, parts of Mexico over here. In the pink is a hurricane watch, tropical storm watch here, tropical storm warnings. As Hurricane Grace moves inland here, a strong Category 1 hurricane right now has made landfall over the Yucatan Peninsula. Has made landfall. So let's look at this. So according to National Hurricane Center, this is the path of what we talked about with Hurricane Grace. They started with a tropical as the seventh-day storm, then quickly progressive as it nears. So this has changed. This became Hurricane Grace at the 11 a.m. advisory on the 11 a.m. advisory yesterday. This became officially Hurricane Grace. Then strengthened to 80 miles. Before it made landfall, it was at 80 miles, so it was 80-mile landfall. Then around exactly near at 4 a.m. East CDT or 5 a.m. it has made landfall. Trustworthy this advisory, and yeah. So this system has made landfall today. Like I said yesterday, this will make landfall later tomorrow, and later tomorrow, by that I meant this today, this morning. Later tomorrow, I meant this morning it had made landfall. So yesterday I said later Thursday today it will make landfall, and already has made landfall. Now let's talk about Fred here. It looks like not a lot of going on here. It's now post-tropical cyclone Fred. It remains a Fred here, 25-mile winds here, moving east northeast at 15 miles. Still a little rainfall, a little here to bring some 2 inches of rain, 1 inch of rain. And then we got chops from Henri, very close to Category 1 level. 70-mile winds here, 995 millibars, moving at 10 miles west here. Henry's is forecast to be near the northeast coast of the U.S. late this weekend and early this weekend. The risk of storm surge, wind, and rain impacts in portions of the northeastern U.S. and Atlantic Canada remains a distinct possibility. Interest in these areas should closely follow the progress of Henri and check for updates to the forecast. So we do have Henri very close to the northeast United States. Um, the last path, I remember Dakota was like it was like shifted towards here, but now it might change direction, but it will be very close to northeast United States, right here by 8 a.m. Monday next week. It will be close, and it's gonna be a hurricane. It will strengthen to a hurricane, uh, potentially by Friday evening or Friday afternoon. This could strengthen to a hurricane tomorrow afternoon or evening hours. As you can see with trucks from Henry's, very close to hurricane strength. It can strengthen anytime soon, but people in the northeast United States should watch this very closely. You can see the tropical force winds here. The most reasonable arrival time of winds are all times your EDT here are listed here. The most likely arrival time of tropical force winds are listed here. The most likely arrival time of tropical force winds, all times are EDT here. As you want to check that out. So let's check the interactive map. So according to National Hurricane Center, let's see this. So this map says, so we click here to see how the winds will strengthen. So probably by here, it's still 70 miles. It will just strengthen a little here. Then by the time it gets hurricane force, 70-mile winds. After that, still some 80, and there's a treatment, 85-mile winds here in this area, 85-mile winds and all the way up there. It's gonna be 90-mile winds. So when it's near in this area right here, it's gonna be 90-mile winds and all the way up near in this area, 85-mile winds. So it's just de-strengthening because it's entering the cold water. So the cold water is usually in this area here, somewhere in this area. That's why the system is de-strengthening because it's in the warm waters now, but it's gonna de-strengthen as it gets north and north here. So we're not sure, and there's a good chance that there could be a possible landfall in the northeast United States, and this is very close to Massachusetts here. Cape Cod Bay is very close. So Barnstable is actually very close to this path cone. So there could be impacts to the coast of Massachusetts here, and parts of Rhode Island could be impacted in this area. So yeah, there's a good potential that this tropical storm, soon to be hurricane, could impact the northeast United States, where we got more updates later on. So people should be continuing to monitoring that. I'm going to show you the arrival time of winds for this one. So here's the earliest reasonable arrival time, then the most likely arrival time here. So yeah, so this thing is already gonna. This thing will be back in the Gulf of Mexico as it passed through over here to make another landfall. So it's gonna continue strengthening in the warm waters. So let's talk more about let's see. Let's look at the cellular imagery here. So tropical storm Grace, now hurricane. You don't see an eye wall anymore. So but you can see it's just de-strengthening in the inland area. It lost its eye wall, so it's de-strengthening right now in the as it moves inland. The U10 peninsula here remains a Fred, not a lot of Fred as it has disorganized everything. So basically, it's just a remainder of clouds and wind and rain. So there's not a lot going on with that. Then we got Tropical Storm Henri, which we want to talk about now. So Tropical Storm Henri, not a lot to talk about, but still we need to watch this closely. Thing is still looking alright with Tropical Storm Henri. So you can see on the National Weather Service, we do have little shock storm warnings here, hurricane warnings over here in the ocean. So we got kind of little warnings going on in this area. Oh yeah, and let's talk about the Eastern Pacific here. So Tropical Storm Linda is weakening here, uh, and this could be some impacts to much of north of Hawaii here. So Tropical Storm Linda is weakening, finally weakening as it enters the cold waters. Like I showed you that sea surface temperatures yesterday, the waters were really not that warm, so that's why it's de-strengthening here. There's aircraft recons going to Henri now. So Henri's getting its aircraft recons. It's in progress now. Model track guidance for the Grace here. Looks like it's gonna continue its path. Then as it moves through Mexico, it's gonna be back into the Eastern Pacific. So it's gonna cross over there. Then yeah, it's gonna move to the Eastern Pacific. Intensity guidance show it could regain it. It's gonna stick at Category 1 level. Then auto models will make it downfall. So it won't be at Category 2 level. That's impossible. Category 2 is not out of the question. But Category 1 is gonna stick there for now. Category 2 won't be likely because auto models are now saying Category 1, then back down to tropical storm intensity. So yeah. So Tropical Storm Henri want to focus on this here. So much the model track guidance is showing it could make impacts to Northeast United States. Been much of the models are shifting to make it turn to the east here. So it's gonna turn eastward, a sharp eastward turn. You can see all the models are saying that. Look at this. The National Hurricane Center even said that too. So you see how the auto models are saying so. If this stays eastward a little, then the northeast United States should be fine. But if this changes path and heads this way, then that's not going to be good news for the northeast United States. So hopefully it will change its path. But that's what we have to watch. All models are likely saying now this will be a Category 1, so it's very likely. I have no doubt this will be a Category 1. I have no doubt about it. It's very likely this tropical storm will strengthen to a Category 1 hurricane. Henri will be Hurricane Henri in the next few hours, the next 24 to 36 hours here. 24 to 36 hours, it will become Hurricane Henri and will strengthen to a Category 1. It's very likely. I have no doubt about that. So yeah, intensity guidance is showing that and everything else. So we already have 10 minutes already. So let's do these two systems. We got Fred up here, Henri down here, and Grace down here. So this is Grace in the G. Henri is in this H, and the remains of Fred is up here. So we got three systems still moving. Then let's watch on these two systems. Let's look at Grace here. So Grace is moving steady here. Then it will make another landfall. Then get back into the ocean, then it will potentially be a tropical storm in it now. So when it crosses Mexico, it will strengthen in the warm waters, then just regain its tropical cyclone. Then we got, and watch this, we got Henri, 958 millibars here as a hurricane. Look at the GFS model, look at this. You see that along the coastline of northeast United States? Then this gets very interesting. So let's zoom into the northeast United States, northeast. We got Hurricane Henri here, which could bullseye when it nears Massachusetts. Look at this. Landfall, then gone. Landfall and gone. That thing will get near northeast United States, which could produce storm surge, wind, and heavy rain. And flooding. So that's a concern you need to watch with Henri as it nears. So you see the rainfall totals here going on with Henri as it nears the United States. Look at this. Really impressive amounts here around the eastern United States seaboard. That's what concern people should watch with Henri as it nears. So that's basically all we need to talk about with Henri. Oh yeah. Oh, let's talk about Grace. Okay, we got a new update now. The National Hurricane Center. This is a new update. 10 a.m. update now. They are now saying it's now back down to 65 miles right now, moving 18 miles west, 994 millibars. So this has changed here. Tropical storm is now it's now a tropical storm. Yeah, it's back to tropical storm now. Oh, and we got breaking news. We do have a hurricane warning for Mexico here. Hurricane warning is issued for Mexico along this red line. So you're in this red line, you are in this hurricane warning in path of this storm. We do have a hurricane warning with Grace, and probably in the next few hours it will be back in the Gulf of Mexico into the warm waters here. Let's look at the warning interactive map. I didn't get to see that yet. But the cone is out here. We do have hurricane warning up from Texpan here all the way down through Veracruz here. Veracruz. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably saying it wrong. So please correct me in the comments. By the time it nears land, it's going to be 85 miles when it makes another landfall into Mexico. Then it's going to be very close to Mexico City, actually. So Mexico City could give some impact. It will be 45 miles. So people in this area should be prepared and should have your preparations ready as Tropical Storm Grace, soon to be hurricane. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. So get ready soon. Please have your plans ready and everything. Let's see. So North Atlantic here, really warm waters in this area. So when Grace comes back in this area, it's gonna be really warm waters. Then if it comes out of Mexico, it's still be in the warm waters. If it like comes and once it crosses over Mexico back into the Eastern Pacific, this could strengthen into a tropical cyclone that is de-strengthened because the waters are not that warm. But with Henri on the other hand, looks like it's still in the warm waters, but as it moves up north, it's gonna be enter the cold waters, then just de-strengthen really quickly in this area, then it's gone. So yeah, that's what we're watching with these two systems here. So we need to watch Henri and Grace and Fred. We don't need to watch that much because Fred is not a big impact, but those two we need to watch very closely as we go through the next couple of hours and days. So a lot will change, so we'll try to get you the latest updates. So yeah, that's all from Invader's morning headquarters, your special edition Hurricane Central for August 19th, 2021. Thanks for watching your 10 a.m. update. I'm your Invader. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.